And we kick off with community news. The New York Life donated money to Scan Harbor to support essential after-school programs and resources for middle schoolers. Our BronxNet reporter, Chris Kamula, has a story.
The New York Life Foundation is donating $100,000 to nonprofit human and social service organization Scan Harbor, the largest youth service provider in Harlem and the South Bronx. Organization officials, including president of the New York Life Foundation, Heather Nestle, presented the donation to Scan Harbor representatives ahead of the Yankees' third-to-last home game against the Pittsburgh Pirates. Made possible by their Strikeout Series partnership with the New York Yankees, this donation goes towards essential after-school programming and resources for Bronx-based middle schoolers, aligning with the Foundation's focus on optimizing education.
We're both big supporters of quality after-school programming that helps to bridge the divide for kids that, may not have access to these kinds of programs, but it helps them to stay in school, it helps them to get life skills, and it helps them get engaged in things that they might not normally get engaged in.
The investment reflects New York Life's commitment to positively impacting communities and helping individuals and families work towards a secure and healthy lifestyle. Gratefully receiving the check, Scan Harbor representatives say the donation makes a big impact on improving their educational programs and mental health support, especially for mentoring to help at-risk youth build brighter futures.
It's incredible to be presenting this check to Scan Harbor, which is an organization that serves so many young people here in the Bronx. Great partner of the New York Yankees, now a great partner of New York Life.
In Yankee Stadium, BronxNet Community Television, I'm Chris Kamela.
And thank you, Chris. In other news, New York City is a city that never sleeps, but in recent years, it's also the city where domestic crimes are running rampant. By the end of the month, it's believed that at least 5 women in New York City will be murdered by their partner. Our BronxNet reporter, Brittany Schuyler, brings us the details.
It's the city that never sleeps, but in recent years, it is also the city where domestic crimes run rampant. By the end of this month, at least 5 women in New York City will be murdered by their partner.
That is every single week.
Ahead of the 24th annual Brides March, which was founded after the death of Gladys Ricard, who her ex-boyfriend murdered on the day of her wedding, Assembly member Septimo gathered with organizations to draw attention to this horrific cause. Ricard's story is just one of thousands, and now it's time for change.
Every chance we get to raise awareness around domestic violence, we need to be there.
The Brides March serves as a catalyst for change from the horrific stories and effects of domestic violence, like Ariana Reyes Gomez, who was murdered right here in the building behind me.
The organization aims to pay tribute to Ricard, disseminate the stigma of domestic violence in the Latino community, and inspire communities worldwide to assemble their own march. Helping align with these goals was a $50,000 donation by the Assembly member, who says education is a key component of decreasing these rates.
We have a lot of work to do in our homes, a lot of work to do in educating our young people.
Looking ahead, the Brides March will continue to work toward helping victims and getting down to the root cause of domestic violence in hopes that 5 turns to 0.
We're really trying to get to that nucleus of how we treat each other better as men and women and families.
Reporting for BronxNet, Brittany Schuyler.
And thank you, Brittany. In health news now, the New Muslim Community Network is hosting an informational workshop discussing how healthy kids' meals are being served in restaurants. Our BronxNet reporter, Kyrie Moody, brings us the story.
The Muslim Community Network hosts an informational workshop discussing healthy kids' meals at the Huntington Free Library in Westchester Square. After the information session, they gave away fruits and vegetables to attendees.
The Bronx is a place that we have a lot of these statistics of being number one, but for all these unhealthy statistic categories, whether it's obesity, whether it's asthma, whether it's diabetes. This bill is to change that. It's to make sure that we're starting from young. Kids have healthy meal options in the restaurants they love to go to.
MCN, along with other elected officials here in the Bronx, are looking to pass a legislation that was put in the city council by Councilmember Kevin C. Riley for restaurants to have a certain requirement on their kids' menu.
This legislation basically would require that restaurants that serve kids meals in New York City would offer at least 2 meals that meet certain nutrition requirements, including limits on calories, sodium, added sugars, and also include some healthier items like whole grains, fruits, and vegetables.
Moana Yasmin was the interpreter for the event. Events like these are important to have information available in all languages.
No, it's very important to available in all languages and events like that. Like I feel like our communities are the people who have been impacted most. Like anything like political like we happen, and we're working class people, right? So health is when I think we kind of neglect it in a sense, but we don't want to intentionally because how the system is. Right?
If you want to be a helping hand with the Muslim Community Network, visit their website at mcnny.org. Reporting for BronxNet, Kyrie Moody.
And thank you, Kyrie. That's all the time we have for our Bronx updates. We are taking a quick break, but we'll have more open when we return.